So basically where it all started is I saw the advert like everybody else, you know, the HANSA advert, and I thought, wow, that's an amazing creative story. But more importantly, it was very aspirational, and I thought, I wonder if there's actually a Vuyo, you know, I wonder if this guy actually exists.
Now he's flourished.
Ooh, Vuyo is such a big, big dreamer.
He started off with one brew of
And
samp,
now
and now he's flourished.
And then after doing a little bit of research, I found out no, there was no Vuyo, and I thought, wow, you know, it's a great brand that they're building indirectly, because obviously they were advertising HANSA, and I thought, well, you know, since it's out there and it's available and everyone knows it, I thought, I mean, I see a business model there, and I promptly registered the trademark. And the funny thing is, as soon as I did that, I just started living the brand and effectively becoming Vuyo. So we eventually got the trademark. It took longer than what we anticipated, but eventually when we got it, it was like, okay, great, now what, you know? And we had been busy with the carts and they were doing their own thing and it was growing, but we thought, I mean, Vuyo's is bigger than that. It's about dreaming big and big, bold dreams. And then that's when we thought, my brother and I, we thought, how about a restaurant? In fact, how about a chain of restaurants? In fact, how about a global chain of restaurants? And then we're like, easy, Tiger, let's start with just one first. And then we started looking around, and Braamfontein's got a big resurgence. I mean, it's an amazing place, you know, it's alive. And then we looked for a couple of sites, and we basically got turned down at most because, you know, everyone is looking for global brands and stuff. We eventually, after one meeting, feeling dejected because, you know, we've been turned down once again, and we walked past the site, and when we saw it, we were like, no way this is available. And we went, spoke to the landlord a couple of times, and then more times and more times and more time, and eventually we got the site, and quite chuffed about that because I think it's an amazing site. From a food perspective, we do a lot of South African food, so, you know, from boerewors to cook sisters to pap, morogo, dumpling, you know, so it's totally traditional South African food, but presented in a very modern and stylistic way.
Now we're going to end the programme, as we always do, with a quick look at new advertising work. As we salute this week the Joe Public Advertising Agency for its swift response to the rape scourge that's currently engulfing the country. On behalf of the lobby group and NGO Brothers for Life, they took the President's State of the Nation address and equated the time it took to give the speech to the amount of women who would have been raped in that time. It's powerful, it's horrifying and compelling, and we think it articulates a message we should all be aware of. The question, though, is it going to make a difference? And that, folks, is this week's programme. The conversation, as always, continues on our active Facebook and Twitter accounts. Until next time, goodbye to you, and thank you for watching.